está com o inteiro desarrollo de Radisson, de 13 alguma inseguridade, especialmente para estar kutagana ng pan de cada dia no hotel aqui. Gerência de Radisson está consciente de que decidiu compartilhar ng plano para o futuro para propriedade localizada aqui na rua. Algum luna passada iniciar o processo de destaque para a propriedade de Radisson estabelecida na rua. Carlson Residor, está a companhia que maneja a cadena internacional de Radisson. Nanta clapa vende ng último propriedade para assinar convênio com inversionista, pero manteniendo o manejo de operação diária de hotel. Está buscando para ser associado com facilidade monetária prometedor.
So that process is now, we've gone through that process. What I can tell you is there's been a number of very strong bids through that process. Those strong bids have primarily come from institutional investors. And although I cannot guarantee anything, I can say that I feel very strongly that we will come out the back end of this still as the Radisson in Aruba, working on a management contract with the new owner here on the property. I don't feel fear at this point that there's going to be this thunderclap and everything's suddenly going to change. The reason I speak to all of you is obviously the speculation has caused some concern amongst our colleagues and our employees as to what their future entails. As a good business person, it's important that we keep them as settled as possible and we assist them with their futures, whatever those may be. Right now, it looks very, very positive to remain a Radisson, and it looks very, very positive that life will continue as normal at the Radisson in Aruba. Nothing untoward is going to happen at this stage.
Por espera cambio nanding el proceso, pero esa quita algo normal en cualquier situación similar.
Obviously, with any sale process, with any change, there would come a restructuring. Restructuring is normal. Restructuring doesn't mean mass dismissals. Restructuring means we need to make changes within our business to modernize our business, to ensure that our business grows into the future, and to take heedance of outside factors. Outside factors being clearly across the road from us, we have a massive growth of restaurants and bars that affect our internal food and beverage business. We actually see it as a positive on the one hand because it's great to have a location right next to all of these restaurants and bars. The negative is that folks that used to work for us 5-6 years ago when the department was making $1 or $2 million a year more, we can't sustain their employment because we don't have the income coming in to sustain it. So we have to look at how do we retain them in our business in some new structure.
Tem grupo de 30 empregados que clapa voluntariamente bajo pensión e essa aqui também lo ajuda. Pero assim na mesa hotel está confrontar vários retos com Mr. Biden direção de reorganização para alocar fundo não necessário. Também acerca reto ng grande que hotel está ganha de situação ng indesejada Ribe Beach.
We have vast numbers of our guests saying they're not going to come back again because of the problems on Palm Beach with the vendors, with the drugs that are being pushed down at Boogaloo, down on the pier. The palapas being overrun. These are huge issues. Piles and piles and piles of paperwork that I have on my desk from customers saying, thanks very much, we're not coming back. This puts pressure on our financial forecast for the future. And when that puts pressure on our financial forecasts, we have to look to make that money somewhere else for an institutional investor. And that comes out of payroll. That's the biggest place to look. So restructuring is inevitable because of the changing face of the business that we run and the changing face of the business world around us. We have potential, as you all are very aware, potential new levies and costs coming our way as we try and sustain Aruba in its current format, as we try and grow the product of Aruba and make Aruba better to bring more customers in. That's going to be a big burden on all of the hotels, not just Radisson. There's only so much we can squeeze out of our customers. We have to look to find that money elsewhere.
La primeira que o processo lo finaliza para final de ano aqui, sino mais tarde januário, fevereiro de 2015. A volver reiterar hecho ng executivo de Radisson junto com o governo de Aruba está trabajando de cerca com outro para percurar que o nome desta Radisson lo permanece na nossa isla.